Welcome back. In an interview with Eyewitness News, Hawks head Godfrey Lebeya highlighted some of the key challenges he faced during his tenure within the Crime Investigative Unit. As he prepares to step down at the end of May after 7 years in office, Lebeya notes the urgent need for more staff to handle the more than 18,000 active cases. And he joins us now to have this conversation. Advocate Lebeya, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. As the month of May draws closer, what is going through your mind, looking and reflecting back on the work that you've done since your appointment in 2018?
Yes, good morning and good morning to viewers. Indeed, I believe that today the Hawks is better than how I found it. If you look at the performance on a daily basis now, each and every day there is a success that is being registered. It's either an arrest of serious criminals or convictions inclusive of the forfeiture or taking the assets from criminals. So it is better off. I can tell you that even this quarter alone that we are sitting in, which we will be releasing the media brief on the 9th of May, we already have arrested 31 suspects for police murders alone. And we have achieved, secured 8 life imprisonment sentence for that kind of crime. So you can look at various types of crimes that have been perpetrated and the successes that we are securing. If you look at on a daily basis in the media space, it's unlikely that you will not find one of the matters that we have either placed before court or actually secured imprisonment sentence. You always see this either on virtual media or even on press media. I'm happy with the current performance. But as you shall have indicated, if we can have more numbers, it will mean that we are going to double the performance that you are currently seeing. I hope that my successor will obviously take it from where we are leaving it and improve on that performance.
Yeah, what would you say is the reason behind not having enough staff members and that staff complement that is able to deal with the backlog of cases that you currently have as well? And have you ever had this conversation with the National Police Commissioner, the Police Minister, as well as the President?
I think that if you look at our briefing in Parliament, which is made public, you will see it is known, it is a known fact that the capacity of the directorate need to be improved. You can begin with the previous National Commissioner who has actually indicated in Parliament the need to capacitate the directorate. We have communicated with everyone that is supposed to assist in the process without naming individuals or offices that they occupy. But let me just say that all those who are supposed to play a role in the appointments are aware. What we are working on, which need to be fixed, is some of the laws that were there. We make use of national instructions for the purpose of filling the vacant posts. You have got National Instruction 6 of 2005. You have got National Instruction 11 of 2017. Then you have got the SAPS Employment Regulation of 2018. If you look at these provisions, they were more or less put in place before Chapter 6A of the SAPS Act was incorporated into the law. That is the founding provisions of the Hawks. So now you have got to be balancing the two. And in some areas, we even had to be finding some chief state law advisor to clarify some of the areas that might have been misinterpreted. But we are working on this now. We have crafted a document that will allow the DPCI to be the one that dictate the pace of filling the posts. If you look at the posts that we deal with on a SMS level, senior management level, where you need top secret security clearance certificate, we advertise these posts even before they become vacant, because we know who is retiring when. And when you are left with 4 months or so, we already advertise the post so that we can do the proper selection process. And as I speak now, we have got more than 93% of the posts have been filled on a higher level. Those that are vacant, already we are waiting for 4 that we have already selected. We are just waiting for top secret security clearance certificate. Once they can successfully negotiate that, we are going to fill this post. I think by the 1st of April next month, we will be filling one who has already successfully negotiated a top secret security clearance certificate. The rest, we will be waiting for those security clearance certificate. And once they are available, we will also be appointing.
Okay.
When it comes to the lower level, that is the area where we are sitting actually at 50%, which we are working on that one. Already we have requested from October the greater service that we would like to advertise this post. Can you agree that we do that? So once that process is finalized, we will be moving to try to fill those vacancies.
Yeah. Advocate Lebeya, let me ask you about Marcus Euster on the Steinhoff matter. How do you feel as the investigative directorate that you were unable to ensure that there is a successful prosecution of that particular matter in that of Marcus Euster, because he committed suicide just before that arrest had taken place, or just before the trial could get underway? From the Hawks' perspective, what went wrong in this investigation?
There is nothing that went wrong in the investigation, because, as you can see, the National Prosecuting Authority decided to prosecute, which means that there is nothing wrong with the investigation.
But wasn't it that it took too long, perhaps, maybe, that the investigation took too long?
If you recall, when we were briefing Parliament, we have indicated a long time ago that we believe that prosecution can take place on the charges that were already ready for prosecution. But obviously, with the discussion, the view of the prosecution that no, we need to finalize every other investigation so that we don't prosecute in piecemeal. And some of the investigation was based on the information that we need from outside the country. So that is what could have delayed the matter. But from the beginning, we have been saying that there are counts that are ready where the individual can be secured before court. And indeed, he has been secured, but it's unfortunate that at the moment when he is supposed to hand himself, because we had to inform him through his lawyer that he must hand himself, the unfortunate disappearance happened.
Yeah, is that something that that we should relook, where some suspects are being told through their lawyers that they would be arrested and asked to hand themselves over, whereas other suspects in other matters, perhaps maybe not high-profile cases, they don't get that privilege? And we see what in this particular case, what that has done. It has led to the person committing suicide and no prosecution.
Yes, I think that it all depends. You see that the nature of the cases that you deal with are different. You have got serious organized crime cases and serious corruption cases, and you also have got serious commercial crime. Some of them, they are normally collectively called white-collar criminals. So they are not the hardened ones like a cash-in-transit robber where you can't tell to hand himself or herself over. You know that the individual will not be able to escape. The individual actually start communicating with you through the lawyer once they know that you are investigating and say that I'm prepared to hand over my client whenever the time is ripe to secure the attendance. And what we do is we don't ask for summons to be served. We ask for warrants of arrest to be effected. It's just I say that because the individual is not running away, let's arrange with the prosecutor that the prosecutor is ready at court, and then the lawyer and the suspects are also ready so that it can be a smooth process. And the person will be arrested, and we normally will not be opposing bail because the individual shall have handed himself or herself over. So that is how the process is done.
All right.
We always consider that everyone is innocent before found guilty. So some of these individuals, I don't think that it will be proper that we just use the harder way of not informing them, and thereafter they will be saying that give me an opportunity to find a lawyer, then it delays the court processes.
All right. Just finally, Advocate Lebeya, the investigation into high treason, those dockets that you had received earlier on this year, how far are you with regards to that investigation? And have you reached out to the individuals who are implicated or whom the charges against have been opened?
The investigations are continuing, and we will not approach anyone until we have got sufficient evidence in consultation with the National Prosecuting Authority. Once the National Prosecuting Authority is satisfied, then we will be knowing what way we go. So at this stage, we are not approaching anyone with the information that we are having. Allow us time so that we can deal with all of the allegations that are being made. And then in time, we will be able to inform the public as to whether there is a need to prosecute or otherwise.